3, 2, 1, action.
I thought you were bringing.
Oh.
We're not doing the call to action yet.
Not
Yeah.
yet. Okay, that's what I was with.
No. Hello and welcome to WTF, where we help you transform food in your kitchen. I'm Janie.
And I'm Roman.
And on this channel, we talk about unique ingredients and techniques and show you new recipes for your kitchen. Now, today we are doing our take of a British classic, the Scotch egg, made famous, I think, in the US at least, by Gordon Ramsay.
Yep.
But it's a recipe that's been around forever.
Ages.
It's completely delicious, so we decided we're going to do our take on it, which is going to be an umami Scotch egg. So we're going to take the Scotch egg and make it all Asian. So the Roman's going to walk you step by step through how do you make an umami Scotch egg, and of course we're going to taste the results. Now, Roman, first of all, what is different about our umami Scotch egg and that of a traditional Scotch egg?
So a traditional Scotch egg would be an egg that was poached and then wrapped in sausage, breaded and fried. Today we're going to make an umami Scotch egg, as Janie said, but what we're going to do is we're going to wrap ours in a duxelle. And not only just a regular duxelle, a duxelle made of shiitakes and sake.
And then sounds delicious.
Yes, and we're gonna use, instead of just poaching the egg, we're gonna make a tea egg. So this is gonna be packed with flavor, lots of umami, and then we're gonna bread it and we're gonna fry it. So it's gonna have everything that you want.
Okay.
All right.
Let's get into
Let's
it.
start. All right. So first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna turn our pan here up to a medium-high heat. I'm gonna put oil, a little bit of vegetable oil in the pan. We're gonna wait for that to get a little hot, and then we're gonna go right in with our shallots. And we're gonna sweat that out for about 5 to 6 minutes. Okay. So now we're gonna add in our garlic, and we're gonna sweat that for about 3 to 4 minutes.
Okay. Smells great.
Yeah, very, very aromatic. Now we'll add our sake.
Does it matter what kind of sake you use?
I use a dry sake, but you can use a sweet one or whichever you like. I just think the dry one just doesn't take away from the flavor of the entire dish. So I'm actually going to turn this up just a little bit, because what we're going to do is we're just going to deglaze this, bring the sake down, cook the alcohol out of it, and then we'll add in our mushrooms. Now that we've reduced that down to where it is, a little dry, but not too dry. You don't want it too dry. We're going to add in our shiitakes. And we're just gonna cook these until they're cooked. We don't want to go too much because we don't want them to be too dry.
Okay.
We still want to have some of the liquid in there. And shiitakes cook different. Normally, if you're making a normal duxelle, what I make as a normal duxelle, I use cremini mushrooms, which contain a lot more water than shiitakes actually do. So you kind of want to make sure that you tread lightly in cooking shiitakes.
Okay. And I see here that, the mushrooms are pulsed, but they're not like too fine. So there's still
exactly.
pretty cores. There's still some large pieces in there.
Yeah, you definitely want some texture. What I found is if you do pulse them too much and they do get too fine, they don't adhere as well. They still adhere because we're going to be using the moo glue as an adhesive, but they're still, it's very thin. And so this is a little bit better, gives it a little bit better texture.
Oh, it smells so good.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
All right, so now we're ready. We're gonna get this duxelle into our pan that we have waiting here. We'll spread that out. As you can see, it's still a little wet, and you kind of want that to be wet because when we're gonna add the moo glue and the milk powder to it later, you kind of want something to stick to that, or
Yeah.
you won't,
And I
it won't
noticed
work.
that you didn't add any salt to this.
Not yet.
Okay.
Not yet. I'm actually not going to add the salt until I mix it all up together.
Okay. We'll be back.
Okay, so now that our duxelle has cooled down, we're going to put everything together. We have our tea egg, and we have all our spices, and we have our moo glue and whatnot. So what we're going to do first is we're going to add our moo glue, milk powder, salt, and pepper. And we're just going to mix that together.
Yeah.
And
and I know someone's going to ask them, jump right on top of this question, which is why are we adding milk powder? Which
Right.
is to help the moo glue adhere all the mushrooms together. So moo
Exactly.
glue, transglutaminase, if you will, it works with the proteins glutamine and lysine, and there just is not enough of those proteins in mushrooms,
in mushrooms
to
exactly.
hold it together. So you need some sort of like dairy agent, so we can do sodium caseinate if you have that in your pantry. If not, milk powder works as well.
All right. So we're just going to add that right straight to the duxelle, and then we'll give that a mix to incorporate it all together. So once you are all set, we had a piece of plastic film cut out into a square on our cutting board here. We're going to lay out the duxelle right in the center. We're going to flatten that out. We're looking for about, I would say, a 2/16 of an inch.
That is so
That's very specific.
I don't know why you didn't say 1/8, because like 2/16.
I actually measured this one day, and that's what I came out to. So I'm just, just telling you what I did. That's all.
Okay.
Just telling you what I did. And now we will take our tea egg and we'll dry that up a little bit.
And you can get the tea egg recipe up on our blog. We didn't go through the making of the tea egg because there's a lot of recipes out there. Any of them will work.
Exactly. We'll take the egg and we're going to put it right in the center. And then what we're going to do is we're going to take our opposite corners up and over. And then we're going to slowly, with our fingers, bring that duxelle up the sides of the egg, all the way till you get to the top. And then once you're there, what I like to do is I will then take it apart, and then I will just see where I'm at. And you can see, where your duxelle, maybe need a little more, or you could just do that. This is what I usually do. These measurements are exactly perfect. So everyone I've made, this is the perfect. You don't want too much duxelle. You want.
That's what I would do. I'd be like, I love the duxelle. Let me just double the amount.
Let's put a bunch of duxelle in here. All right, and so you wrap it up, and then we're going to put that in the fridge up to 2 to 4 hours. That'll set, and then we'll bread it, and we'll come back and we'll fry it.
All right, and we're back, and we're just about ready to fry some umami Scotch eggs. But before we do, I want to spend a little time talking about this week's ingredient highlight, which is going to be Mooglu transglutaminase. Now, transglutaminase, if you're not aware, it's an enzyme that binds together the proteins glutamine and lysine. And what that means generally is it does exactly what we call it. It binds together most meats under most circumstances. Now, this Mooglu does contain a dairy protein. We have other Mooglus that have no dairy, ones that have like fish protein in them. So if you're on a variety of diets, there's definitely one for you. And what it does is, I like to call it a miracle because it kind of like makes a solid piece of protein out of multiple pieces of protein. You can go onto our website and you can find recipes for like roulades. You can find recipes for all kinds of different stuff like chicken nuggets. You can find like, it's how they make ham. It's how they make imitation crab meat. It's a really fun product, and tons of recipes and videos available up on the blog, blog.modernistpantry.com and modernistpantry.com to get your Mooglu.
All right, so we are ready to go. We have our umami Scotch eggs breaded. I'm going to put them in the fryer. 3 to 4 minutes. What you're looking for is it to be pretty golden brown. It cooks really quickly, so you don't have to really worry about the egg yolk cooking. Once it browns, we'll get it out, and we're going to give it a try.
Yeah, and I love how when you were breading it, you were kind of ladling over the egg and not kind of what I would do normally, to roll it around.
You want to be very careful with these eggs because tea eggs are so soft. You don't really want to break them. They break very easy. I mean, in making this recipe, I think I went through something like 30 eggs, and I probably lost like 8 of them. So you kind of want to be a little careful. So we're going to go right into our fryer. And like I said, 3 or 4 minutes, they'll be ready to go. All right, our egg is fried. It's golden brown, very crispy. I am ready to dive right into this.
Let's get into the egg.
It.
Do it. Chef hands, just bare hands on a hot egg out of the fryer. Oh, look at that.
It is gooey. Oh, look at that. That's beautiful.
Okay.
Ready?
Yeah.
That is delicious. Wow.
You got this fantastic crunch from the panko.
Yep.
And then you get like the umami packed shiitake mushroom.
The gooey egg yolks are what does it for me.
Yeah.
I love those.
It's savory, the savory tea egg. This is, if you love like any type of Asian flavor, this is in my humble opinion, like superior to a classic Scotch
I
egg.
think it is also, and
Yeah.
I love a good Scotch egg. I love a good Gordon Ramsay Scotch egg. I'm sorry, Gordon, but this is much better.
Yeah, oh my god. Give this recipe a go. Link in the description below for the full recipe. And until next week, from here in the Modernist Pantry Test Kitchen, I'm Janie,
I'm Roman.
and we transform
Food.